Hey guys, it's Dave Anderson from Florence Road again. Let's just go through SEO with Yoast. So Yoast is a really cool plugin that we use to improve search engine optimization. So one of the things with search engine optimization that we look at, and let's go have a look at Google, and we're going to give you an example of how search engine works. So let's type in WordPress websites Melbourne, for instance, and hopefully we rank relatively well. Not quite on the first page. We're going to scroll down. Takes a little while to rank. So there we are there on the second page. So I just want to discuss a few things with you with the way search engine optimization works. What you see at the top here, that's the header, that's the URL, and that's the description. So obviously one of the important things, as you'll know, everyone has got WordPress website, WordPress websites, and Melbourne. So you want to put in your keywords in the header at the very start. You'll also want it in your description, and ideally you want it in the URL as well. So I'll show you how you can change those settings. When you're in a post, you'll notice at the very bottom, under each post, and you can see, for instance, we've got SEO set up. These are all draft. But if we scroll down, you can see SEO title, meta description, and focus keywords, and SEO will give you a ranking. So, that's when it's done properly. So let's have a look at that particular post as an example. So I'm just going to click on the post. And obviously if you're doing a new post as well. So, for us, what you need to do is you need to think about the keywords that you use for your site. So what people would search for. So for instance, for us, it's WordPress websites or WordPress website. And we often put in, obviously, Melbourne. So because it's very competitive. So you just need to think about what keywords you're going to use, and then that's what you would utilize more frequently. So obviously it's really important when you're writing a post that you put your content in and you use your main keywords. It's also really important to make sure that you have titles like this, and where possible we'd be using H2 or H3 tags, and I'll go into more detail about those, but it's really good to split out your paragraphs as such. It's obviously important to put in pictures and alt tags and all these sort of good things. But let's just have a look at the WordPress SEO by Yoast. So one of the things is, let's say we've written our post, right? We get down here and we say, okay, this is the snippet preview. So WordPress will automatically generate a standard description, and it would take whatever you've written at the top and then take a heading, and then take the URL. What you can do is you can rewrite it. So we've rewritten it here. Building a WordPress website is like building a house, and so it says there's 17 characters left. So basically we've used WordPress website, and for instance, you might want to put in Melbourne or something at the end of it, if that's what we want to rank for. And then also we put in a meta description. So we want to use WordPress website. We've used WordPress, and underneath in the description as well. So that's pretty much how it works. And we could say, okay, focus keywords. What this does is it just basically teaches you whether you've used the keywords enough. So if we said, okay, our focus keywords is WordPress website, and we'll go, yep, that's fine. And there are focus keywords. And then what it does is it tells you whether, when you go page analysis, we need to update the post first. So you update the post, then you go back into the post and scroll down, and then it will give you a ranking underneath here. So it says article heading. So have we used WordPress website in the article heading? Well, we have, but we haven't necessarily put it at the very start. So one of the things that I want is, WordPress website to be at the start. But, you can see that it's in the description, so you don't necessarily have to follow that exactly. The page title, yes, it does have that in there. The page URL. So it's got building a website with WordPress. So, we could change that URL, and you change the URL up here. So building a WordPress website is like building a house. So it should like that when we update it. And then content, have we used WordPress website throughout our content? And it's saying yes. If you haven't, then it's really important that you go back in and you include WordPress website or your focus keywords in the text. Obviously you want to have it in the very first sentence, and you want to repeat it throughout. The other important thing is try and use it in a H2 header. So you have heading 2, you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Now ideally you'd only have one heading 1, and that would be the title of the post on the page. After that you would have heading 2s, and so for instance we've got 4 heading 2s or 5 heading 2s on this page, which is a sub header, and then you would use heading 3. So it's really important that you use your focus keywords in header 2 as well. So we highlight those and you make them heading 2 as per that. And then you just make sure you've got, content throughout. You obviously want to also, link out and use WordPress website to link out as well. Now I don't have any pictures in here, and that would probably be really good to have a picture in there as well. So what we'd always recommend is, you basically diversify your search as much as possible. Include videos, include pictures. The more relevant you can get, the better. And we're going to use the gallery, and we're going to grab this particular house as an example, and we're just going to use this image. And then I'm going to click on the image and make sure that it's got a title, and it will say WordPress websites like building a house. And we're going to do that for the alt text as well. So make sure your images have alt text that are related, and we're just going to hit update on that, and I'm just going to move that whole thing, put that up the top in there. Beautiful. So if you've got any images, make sure you've got alt tags, and that's just by clicking on that. And that's pretty much it. So we go page analysis, and it's saying, okay, you've not used your keyword key phrase in any subheading such as H2 in your copy. Okay, well that's just a little tip and trick. I have, or I haven't actually, WordPress websites. So I've done WordPress hosting, WordPress website hosting might be a better title, and WordPress. But I can't put it in there because obviously you still need to make sense. And we haven't used it there, but that's okay. So we've at least done it once. So you can think of ways to rewrite your titles to include those keywords as well. That's another really important feature, because the search engines, they're only robots, and they'll go through and they'll work out whether or not you're writing for the search engines or you're writing for people as well. So just make sure that you make it so that it makes sense when people are reading it. And you can see that it's gone green now, which means I'm obviously doing a pretty good job here. I have used it in that H2. They said the keyword density is 0.74%, which is a bit low. The keyword was found only 4 times. So I'd probably go back in and I'd think of new ways of putting in WordPress website without overdoing it, so that it's found more than 4 times. The URL on the page is saying, okay, it's a little bit long, so let's just shorten it. It's like building a WordPress website is like building a house. WordPress websites. So why don't we just say WordPress website is like building a house. Done. No outbound links appear in this page. Consider adding some as appropriate. So that's linking to ourselves. Because it's WordPress, maybe we'd want to link to wordpress.org as an example. And when you put the links in, it's important to just use that link button and open link in a new window. So, and you can use find to find any version of WordPress. So we're not going to link that title. And we've linked that one. We're not linking that one. Okay, that one there. Let's put a link in there. And see if there's any more. There's another one there. And is there any more? Okay, so we haven't really used it that many times. So, another good idea would be to add more, as it said, add that particular keyword in more times. Now we'll just go down again and see what other advice it's giving us. Don't worry about the reading each. The page title contains a keyword phrase but does not appear at the beginning. Try and move it to the beginning. So, okay, we might say WordPress websites are like the WordPress websites. Just like building a house. So now I've got WordPress website right at the start of the page title, which it should like that. And you can see article header. Yep, yes, 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 yes. So we're all good on those fronts. The keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy. Make sure the topic is clear immediately. So we haven't used WordPress websites. We've used WordPress websites. I love growing up related to building of our WordPress. It's because I've used a link in there. So let's put the project manager hat on for a minute and think about how your WordPress website is actually home. So we've done that then, and we go down and have a look at our page analysis, and yep, so it's all starting to look good now. So according to all these things there, we're doing a really good job and have followed most of the principles required to have a nice search engine friendly post. So every time you do a post, that's what you should be doing on a post and also a page, thinking about the keywords. I would only focus on 3 to 5 keywords, and then I'd be optimizing for those. And then there are various ways that you can check your rankings, but we'll share them in a separate post. But that's basically how you would use WordPress, use Yoast SEO plugin. So hopefully that has been beneficial to you.